Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Well, you know who I am by now, don't you? Sure you do. I am, ladies and gentlemen, your podcast coach and, of course, your podcast host. And it is great to be with you guys once again. It is Thursday, and just great to be with you guys tonight. There's so many good things happening. And I want to share with you another great show, but I do want to thank you, whether you're here at 4:30 in the afternoon or 4:30 in the morning, or whether that's 12 noon, 12 midnight, 3 a.m., 3 p.m. Very grateful that you're here to be part of Inspirations for Your Life. If you're new, well, why not grab that smartphone and launch the camera app, point it over the QR code like so. Once you do that, touch the yellow lips. You'll get my link tree. As easy as that. If you are not watching, but you're listening only, then go to believemeachieve.com and also check out our brand new section, which is all about, yes, it is about the tools. I have a special section. So if you go to believemeachieve.com, just go to the very top and you will see that on the top of the Believe, that's Believe, me, achieve.com page, you will be able to find the thing that says there's basically tools for podcast hosts and guests. So definitely check that out. All right, let's get right into the master topic. I'm excited. Here we go. So, how and why taking someone's temperature leads to success. Series 2 means we're in the second year, show 44, episode number 6. Episode number 6. What I want to talk about tonight, we talked about how to determine before about what is cold, what is warm. How do we know if somebody's hot? How do we know if they're a hot prospect? And I think that might get a little confusing for some people because they feel that, hot gets confusing to them. And it's because, a lot of people, like, they want that sale, right? They want that sale. And so they sometimes overanalyze things. They read into things that are not there. And by doing this, it can affect people's lives. I mean, that's just really the hands down, bottom down thing that I think is very, very important. And I know, ladies and gentlemen, that when you start to understand what a hot prospect is, that's someone who needs, wants, can afford, and is ready to do business with you right now. I mean, right now, not tomorrow, not next week, but literally right now. And I think that's an important thing. And so when we think about the words right now, I think that might be a challenge for some people. Okay. But right now is basically the fact that what's going to happen is going to happen right at this very, very moment. All right. And so thinking about a prospect and that prospect being hot, that's somebody who basically wants to do business with you. Okay. They want to do business with you. And the reason they want to do business with you is because of something they feel. Now, this might be something that they literally know about you, and they just have a comfortability factor that, doing business with you would be a great idea. Okay. Doing business with you would be a great idea. But I will tell you that this does not happen overnight, right? We have to build trust with people. That's right. It's about building trust. So if you're so gung ho to sell somebody something, I was at a meeting today. And in the meeting, I said to the people, look, I said, we're not here to sell anybody. We're here to help each other, serve everyone. And I think sometimes that gets a little bit lost in the weeds, not because of an intentional purpose, but because people feel that it's about me first. It's not about you. And if it's not about you, then I think that could be a big problem for others. You have to make it about the other person first. Okay. Does that make sense, everyone? I know that it's crazy. I know that you're probably saying, John, we talked about taking temperature at the beginning of the week, and we talked about everything from taking a temperature through your ear, through your mouth, through the backside of your body. We talked about all these things because temperature is an indicator. It's a gauge of letting us know, are we on track or are we totally off base? I think that's the biggest thing about taking a temperature. And when I say taking a temperature, I don't mean that we're checking somebody's health, even though that sounds great. It's not where things go. It's not where things go. In the daily basis, when you're doing business with people, you want to find out why or why not somebody who does not want to do business with you. And I think this is something very interesting and very important to understand, because just the fact that you want to take the time to take someone's temperature means a lot to me and hopefully the other person. It means a lot. And if it means a lot, then I feel other people are going to be on track. They're going to be like, wow, this is pretty amazing. And if something is amazing, then other people are going to get curious about it. Remember, I said to you, I help people tell their stories, right? And all the content I produce doesn't sell anything. It just gets people curious about different things, topics, technologies, right? But it doesn't directly sell a product or service. It gets people educated. It gets people curious about what they can and what they might be able to do. And I feel a lot of salespeople don't encourage curiosity. They want the sale tomorrow. Let's talk about a typical car salesperson. So why do car sales people fail? Why do they fail? Well, they don't embrace what it's like to be a salesperson or really a consultant. Some people don't last long in sales is because they don't embrace the profession. They just look at it as a quick and dirty way to make money. Okay, but it's not. So we have to understand that if we lay the seeds today, tomorrow will be more fruitful. That's right. If we lay the seeds for today, tomorrow will be more fruitful. And if tomorrow is more fruitful, then guess what happens? We'll start to reap those rewards. We'll start to reap those rewards. And if we reap those rewards, then we're going to be happy and we're going to want to do more of that. That's right. We're going to want to do more of that. And by doing more of that, we are, in terms, more profitable, right? And so if we can think about the fact that our life, all right, is kind of sometimes this roller coaster goes up, goes down, in the middle. And so if we can respect that premise with others, knowing that we might not be where they want us to be right now, but we have to embrace where they are, educate them, and be okay with an answer of, I'm not ready right now. Okay. The reason most salespeople don't succeed is because they're all about what they can put in their pocket tonight. And that's just the bottom line, what they can put in their pocket. And I'm not saying they shouldn't be profitable. I'm not saying anything like that. What I am saying is that it's about who the people are. Okay. It's about who you are. And when you get to know somebody for who they are, then you're able to truly take their temperature. So we talked about basically the cold. We talked about the cold basically has no interest or apathy, lack of interest, right? The second one was warm. They're kind of interested. The hot one is like, I want it. Or, you can see their mouth drooling over it, that they've got to have it. And so one of the things you never do in front of a salesperson is you never tell them you want it. You never do that, because then they raise the bar on the price or something like that. So I say, okay, no problem. We don't have to get it today. When I go to get a new car, I don't have to get it today. I don't even have to get it this month or this year. I can get it whenever I want. And they don't like when I do that. So taking temperatures is important. So how do we take a temperature and know if a prospect is really hot? Well, if they've got a big pain problem and they want to solve that problem, right? They're probably pretty hot. They're at least warm, but they might be hot. Another sign that somebody is hot is that maybe they are really making eye contact with you on everything you're saying. They might be trying to process things in their head, but they don't necessarily know how. So when you ask questions like, how does this sound to you? And we talked about this before, right? How does this sound to you? How do you feel about this? What do you think about this? Would you like to take the black one or the red one? When they make a choice, they've made the decision to close. But I think a lot of people go wrong in sales because they're just about them for the moment and no one else. They don't realize that the most important person is not them, it's the other person. And this happens because people have an ego. It might happen for a lot of crazy, crazy reasons, but it is the truth. Okay, it is the truth. And this is why I love to create content that is about truth, because when you create content that's about truth, it only can go up from there. It only can get better from there. So you might be on the fence saying, how do we take somebody's temperature, right? How do we take somebody's temperature? Well, we take somebody's temperature. I was using a mug there, but because we all know a mug could be hot, it could be cold, it could be warm, right? Nobody wants cold tea or cold coffee, right? Or a cold beverage is supposed to be hot. When you get water or soda and it's warm, well, nobody wants that. They want it cold, right? Taking temperatures is an art. It's an art. You've got to ask the right questions. And when you ask the right questions, you'll find out that people will tell you where they want to go. Michael, how do you feel about all this? That's great. Wonderful. So would you prefer the installation on Wednesday or on Friday next week? Now, that's an assumptive close where you give them a choice between A and B. And when they make a choice, they're deciding to do business with you. That's right. I said when they make a choice, they're deciding to do business with you. That's it. It is that simple. Make a choice, and they decide to do business with you. So whether we're talking about a personal relationship, whether we're talking about a business connection, or we're talking about, let's say, maybe something just in general, maybe it's volunteering, you have to understand that people operate because of emotions and feelings. Even if they tell you they don't, they're not into feelings, or this is overrated, that generally means that they don't know how to handle or manage their feelings. And with that information, it's important for you as a salesperson not to abuse it. Because if you do and you press those buttons in a way, and they figure out that you're doing something for their worst interest, you're going to sever that potential business relationship forever. And not only are they not going to want to come back to you, people that they know, their family, their friends, they're not going to come to you either. And it's all because of one thing. They know you're after just their money. You're not after a value. You're not after helping them become a better version of themselves. When we get people curious about something in life, it makes them want to learn more. And when they keep learning and they see that there's no restrictions, they're able to do this in such a way that puts them on the top of their game, but also on the top of the world. And by the top of the world, you now can tell when you're able to read somebody's temperature, cold, warm, and hot, you're able to know what areas gets them excited. For example, if I'm talking to somebody and I see that, I'm talking about safety, but I see they're kind of shutting down. And by the way, with this new product, you're going to be able to increase your profits by over 50%. Their eyes lit up, right? So you got to talk in terms of the other person's interest. Ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, your podcast host and podcast coach. Please do give me a love with like, love, support. Definitely click on that PayPal link. Help keep our content free and make the choice. Buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, scrumptious bowl of desserts. Either will be great with those pennies and dollars. We'll invest into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping motivational content to empower you to have an awesome life. So what are you waiting for? Let's start taking people's temperature and building bonds of trust so you can have a relationship that will help you each benefit mutually for life. Have yourself a great rest of your night, everyone. And I'm going to catch you guys tomorrow. So be well, everyone.